Alright guys, part 3 of the dq500 all-wheel drive to kseries adaptation installation. As you can see, we got it, brought the two together quite easily. Just make sure you got both gearbox and engine leveled up nicely, otherwise you'll mess up that spigot bearing very quickly. So make sure you get them lined up very nicely. What's important to note is that the transfer bracket, 2 bolts on top, 2 bolts at the bottom, and the 3 on the bracket. Do not tighten them until you've got the gearbox in its home position. Once you've got the gearbox coupled to the engine and the dowels I've seated, get all your bolts in, just nip them all up, get all your bolts in nicely, nip them up, and once you've got them nipped up, then you start to nip up the transfer case bolts. Once you've got that transfer case nipped up, then go and torque down all the adapter plate bolts. Get them all torqued down, and then torque down the 4 transfer case bolts, 2 on top, 2 at the bottom. Get that torqued down. Once you've done that, then you move to the bracket. Then you want to torque down those 2 top bolts and the 2 at the bottom. Once they torque down, then you want to do, lastly, you want to do the 3 bolts on the bracket to the block. That's the last 3 bolts. So as you can see, everything looks quite factory. If you, I'm not sure if you can see down there, but there's a bit of clearance between the block and the transfer case. I can easily get a paper to pass through there. And what's also important to note is I want to show you guys the extreme angle of the engine. So if I hold the camera in line with the gearbox, you can see that extra 20 degrees on the engine clockwise. That's what you're gonna end up with. And therefore, that's the reason why we need the. That's the reason why we need to get the oil pickup to drop down by about 40 mils, because it's actually going to end up something in about that position. So you want your pickup to sit at your lowest point. But otherwise, this is the complete installation of the all-wheel drive dq500 to kseries engine. This particular combination is very shortly going to be going into the chassis, DC5. Everything's already been test fitted, all the fabrication work's done, custom everything, axles, manifold, just about everything you can think of as custom. And it's going to be going in pretty soon, and I'll post a video of the installation into this particular chassis. Thanks guys, and let me know if anyone's ready to take the leap. Thanks, bye.